Hi, my name is Molly Dodd. I'm a senior at Bloomfield High School, and my speech is about Switzerland. My specific purpose is to inform my audience about Switzerland. Switzerland is known for three main things, which are clocks, mountains, and food. Did you know that Switzerland started to make clocks in the 16th century? It is important to learn about this topic because if you are ever interested in learning about Switzerland, you can start by researching these three topics. I'm credible to give this information because I've been doing quite a bit of research over it these past couple of days. My three key ideas are clocks, mountains, and food. First, we will be talking about key idea number 1, clocks. They first started out with making clocks for a very long time and then eventually got into making watches as well. Switzerland is best known for their amazing ability to create clocks. Creating watches was kind of like a backboard to making clocks because it happened over time, whereas clocks became easy for Switzerland to make. I got this information from medium.com. They would make all types of clocks such as pendulum clocks, table clocks, and many more. Back in the day, they called watches hand clocks, so they made clocks that were small enough to fit in your pocket or your bag. Their clock making began in Geneva, Switzerland, and eventually spread very quickly through the whole country. We learned that clocks and watchmaking originated in Geneva, Switzerland, and quickly spread throughout the whole country. We also learned that they could build a clock very fast, but it took them longer to make watches because they weren't very familiar with them. Next, we'll be talking about key idea number 2, mountains. One of the most famous mountains in Switzerland is called Mount Santes. This mountain is the highest mountain in northeast Switzerland, according to alpinewild.com. This mountain is 8,209 feet tall, and you can even see 4 entire countries from the peak of this mountain. Those countries being Austria, France, Italy, and Germany. The second most famous mountain is called Mount Eger. Mount Eger is 13,025 feet tall. That might seem very tall, but compared to its sister mountains, it is the shortest mountain in its area. This mountain is very dangerous to climb because of the very steep ice trail it has while climbing up it, which is called the North Face. The North Face is also called the Death Wall. This is because it is nearly impossible to climb up and is very deadly to all climbers. Someone first tried to climb it in 1858 but failed, and there has been hundreds of tries after that. The first successful climb was July 24th, 1938. Key idea number 3 is food. Switzerland is best known for their cheese and chocolate. They are best known for their cheese because back in the day, this was another way to preserve milk. After they started to do this, cheese became one of the country's most favorite foods. They are also most famous for their chocolate. This is because when chocolate was made, the makers would pay close attention to the chocolate and make it in great detail. Also, 70% of the chocolate was exported. Switzerland would continue to keep making their chocolate better and better for their people, and they began over time to gain this as one of the 2 favorite foods that they are known for. My purpose of my speech was to inform my audience about Switzerland. From key idea number 1, we learned that clocks and watchmaking originated in Geneva, Switzerland, and quickly spread throughout the whole country. We also learned that they would build a clock very fast, but it took them longer to make watches because they weren't very familiar with them. From key idea number 2, we learned that Switzerland is most known for their mountains. From key idea number 2, we learned that Switzerland is most known for their mountains because of how tall they are and how many different countries you can see from these mountains. From key idea number 3, we learned that chocolate and cheese are the 2 most famous foods in Switzerland. Cheese is famous because they make it to preserve the milk so it doesn't spoil as fast. I hope you all can use this information if you ever decide to do research over this country. Thank you for listening to my speech.